The AI apocalypse draws closer every single day, and it looks like WWE has already waved the white flag. Wrestling Observer is reporting that WWE has hired a brand new senior director of creative studies whose role will be focused on integrating AI into storytelling. According to the report, Triple H has introduced the hire to the creative team and announced that he will be leading the company's AI initiative. And it's like, uh-oh, looks like AI will be booking John Cena's final match because, if it isn't happening now, well, it's inevitable, it seems to be, which is kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand why we need to have AI doing the creative stuff. It's like, writers can do it. The writers are good or the writers are bad. If they're bad, get new writers. It's simple as that. But no, you know what? I could see Big Daddy TKO saying, $20 a month, I can fire 3 writers. Let's do it. Wait, is there a free version? Let's do that instead. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wonder if it's already started, in that suddenly WWE does feel different, and I don't know. I don't know anymore if this is the carbon footprint of AI, or if they just, the actual writers got their butts in gear and actually tried to be creative, because the last 2 to 3 weeks of Raw, while have been really good, they've also been very different. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, heck, if this is the kind of TV I'm getting, WWE product I'm getting with AI, people will probably be happy with it, but I think it's short term. I think the long-term effects will be more negative than positive with AI, but I just might be an old man yelling at a cloud, in that the winds of change are here and AI seems to be blowing that wind. And so I thought today, let's see what it can do. I am going to input a bunch of WWE data into AI, ChatGPT, and I do have the version that you pay for, and we're going to book Raw and Saturday night's main event, and we're going to read it out loud, what it comes up with. We're going to do this in real time here. You're going to see what I have not done any of this thing. I've not done anything before this video, before recording this video, and we're going to see how it books all the way Saturday night's main event, and then we can come back and reflect if how it matches up with what we actually get. Okay, so here we are now, ChatGPT. We gotta give it its prompts and stuff. This is the head of creative right now in WWE. I did find a site called Pro Wrestling Transcripts, and it's literally prowrestlingtranscripts.com, and like, this dude has gone through and literally done a transcript of every Raw and just a bunch of stuff, SmackDown, NXT. I went ahead and I copied everything from September 19th, if you look on the screen right here, September 19th, all the way down, give me a second, all the way down, this is the show broken down in words. You can see that it's a lot of stuff. It's 93 pages of the transcripts of SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, along with TNA results. Not a full breakdown of TNA, but TNA results because of NXT's involvement. I also included a house show angle where Obafemi and Omos kind of got into it. I am going to tell ChatGPT this. So this will be my command to ChatGPT. We'll do it together. ChatGPT, I want you to be a WWE booker/promoter. Your goal is to deliver entertaining storylines that make sense, that are cohesive, that are based on the stories of the past and building towards the future. The end goal is to make money, but to also entertain our fans. Do you understand me? Absolutely, Chop. I understand you perfectly. From this point forward, I'm operating as a WWE booker promoter. Everything focused on cohesive storylines. All right, Mr. ChatGPT, WWE promoter, I am going to give you a transcript from a bunch of transcripts, actually, of WWE SmackDown, Raw, TNA results, And I'm also going to give you PLE results of Crown Jewel 2025 and WrestlePalooza. I want you to just really digest this information. I need you to understand it completely. And then when you're done reading it and understanding it, just let me know. That's me talking. I'm actually talking to it, through a microphone. I couldn't send everything at once, so I'll have to send it in a couple increments. And the last of this. So now that you got the last 30 days of detailed breakdowns of Raw, I need you to also scour the internet. Use WWE.com, use the Wrestling Observer, use YouTube, use whoever you want. I want you to figure out everything that has really happened in WWE in the year of 2025. Plus, I want you to completely understand the bloodline, Roman Reigns and his bloodline, the history of the Roman Reigns bloodline. You need to understand WWE 2025, the history of WWE's bloodline, and also definitely understand how Triple H books WWE TV. Scour the internet, take as long as you need to do that. While we wait, I can tell you about my contest. This is a championship belt. It is real, not AI generated, and you can win it. All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and you can win this belt right here. I'm trying to quit my day job before AI completely makes me obsolete. So please help me out and subscribe. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All right, ChatGPT. Now you know all WWE 2025, and you know about Triple H as a booker. I'm going to have you start booking in a little bit, but I also want you to get somewhat of the internet perspective on things. Now, we're not going to book TV as if, we're not going to book TV to necessarily cater to the internet. However, we do want to take the internet into consideration, the fan sentiment online. So we don't need to do everything that we think the internet or fans online want, but I do want to take that into consideration when you do make storylines, and we can we got to make sure the overall product is first, but we can try to a point to appease. Does that make sense to you? This is the understanding of ChatGPT right now. Moving forward, we'll book is as if under Triple H's creative leadership, meaning longer term arcs, big fight feels, logical escalation, factions playing key roles. We'll take internet fan sentiment into account, what's trending, what fan frustrations or approvals are, but will not be... Is that slavish? Slavish to it? Oh gosh, I wish AI didn't know the word slave. Well, balance product integrity, creative surprise versus what the crowd wants online. So we'll balance. We'll keep the primary focus on what makes sense for the story, the characters, and the business, while using online reaction as a gauge of what's working or what potential heat fan fatigue we need to acknowledge. If you're ready, I can go ahead and book the next 2 weeks of TV, Raw, SmackDown, NXT as a season opening mini arc, incorporating online sentiment as we go. Do you want me to start with next week? Actually, just look into ups and downs for Raw, for SmackDown, from Simon Miller and What Culture. That will be our gauge of fan sentiment, because he seems to be a positive guy who will critique the product at the same time. So do what you need to do. Take as much time as you want to look into Simon Miller's ups and downs on What Culture YouTube or their actual website to gauge all of 2025. Okay, so it understands. I also need you to know, when doing the booking for the next 2 weeks, that John Cena's final 4 appearances are November 10th, the 17th, the 29th, and December 13th. I want you to book a 2 hour and 30 6-minute Monday Night Raw episode. Then I want you to, with commercials, and then I want you to build a SmackDown, which is about 2 hours with commercials. Then I want you to build me another Raw. Then I want you to build me another SmackDown. And then, finally, I want you to give me the 5 matches that are possible for Saturday night's main event. And we are going to go under the assumption that Seth freaking Rollins, who is the world title holder right now, is actually injured, and he is going to have to vacate his title on the next Raw. And we are also going under the assumption that Jacob Fatu is injured and is not available to be on or written. Here's a clean, TV-ready 2-week plan for Raw SmackDown, written to feel like modern Triple H booking, stakes, logic, sports-like presentation, and room for character while keeping an eye on online sentiment without chasing it. I'm assuming we're starting this Monday. I've time boxed every segment and flag ad breaks. Oh, God. So the run times hit your target. All right, we have a cold open. So this is Monday Night Raw tomorrow. The cold open, we get a recap of Rollins' weekend, Punk #1 contender, the Breaker Reed betrayal, and a medical update, Seth Rollins injured. Rollins in an arm sling, I didn't even tell it had, opens, a champion shows up, but a leader also knows when to step aside. Paul Heyman tries to frame the Vision as bigger than any belt, which draws Braun Breaker to smirk on the ramp. Bronson Reed lingers behind, conflicted. CM Punk interrupts, reminds everyone he's the #1 contender the hard way in the ring. Adam Pearce makes it official. World title vacated. Announces the world title eliminator. An 8-man, 2-week bracket. Quarterfinals tonight. Semifinals next Raw. Triple H does love his tournaments. Final on Saturday night's main event. Entries are, well, why would CM Punk be entered, though? So CM Punk entered. I don't think, I don't like that. And you know what? It has Ricochet in here. It has Ricochet on this. So we're gonna have to start over with this. Hey, ChatGPT. So good job, good start. However, CM Punk is already qualified. So if you're gonna do an 8-man eliminator, like CM Punk, he automatically is in the finals. And that will be Saturday night's main event. Let's do that. So CM Punk versus a mystery opponent. And we got to figure out who's it going to be. Now, also do this. You put Ricochet in here. And Ricochet is part of AEW. So you can't use Ricochet. You can't use anybody that's on AEW TV right now. So I need you to restart all of this. I need you to do Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Saturday night's main event. Opening segment, 18 minutes. That's about right. Rollins limps out on crutches, emotional promo. I gave everything to this place. My body said stop before my vision did. Paul Heyman interrupts. Now, he would be in a sling, but we'll just keep going. Paul Heyman interrupts with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Vision, mocking Rollins for falling apart while the Empire moves on. CM Punk music hits. Punk reminds everyone he's already qualified for the Eliminator Finals at SummerSlam, or at Saturday night's main event. Announces a 7-man Eliminator tournament starting tonight, culminating in one finalist who faces Punk. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, LA Knight. We'll put Gunther in. I think he's ready to go. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn and Damian Priest are SmackDown guys, but, it doesn't really matter. Fans applaud the realism. Rollins vacating cleanly, and like Punk's response. Okay, so Eliminator round 1. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn. Okay. Afterwards, the MFTs will ambush Zayn, building cross-brand heat. So yeah, the MFTs have been attacking lately. Backstage, 6 minutes. Heyman wants Breaker to trust no one but family, foreshadowing tension. Then we have LA Knight defeats Finn Balor. Yeah, that makes sense. Judgment Day blame Balor, teasing internal cracks. That happens a lot. We have a women's segment. Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Hype package airs. Becky Lynch demands revenge on AJ Lee for Crown Jewel. Pierce books it for next week. Ooh, I'm surprised that's not for Saturday night's main event. I should have told ChatGPT that Becky Lynch is the best in the world, and that's not just me saying it, that's Sports Illustrated. We got Gunther defeating Damian Priest, thank God. Brutal strong style, Priest sells leg, respectable handshake. Oh God, respect. ChatGPT knows what Triple H likes. Main event. Then the main event is AJ Styles versus Bronson Reed, non-tournament match. After Breaker blindsides Styles post-match until Cody Rhodes runs in for the save, cross-brand cameo. Raw ends with Cody and Styles staring down Breaker. Why does he have Cody in there? But okay. Now we're on SmackDown. We have opening segment, Solo Sikoa declares himself the tribal chief of SmackDown. And Heyman suddenly doesn't acknowledge it. We have Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. They arrive. You're ruining this island, running this island like a tyrant. So now we got the Usos versus the MFTs. Tama Tonga versus Tonga Loa in the main event. So it looks like, I guess, maybe, I don't know, maybe this could be a way to bring Solo under the control of Jey Uso. And, and Solo just, started getting tyrant again. Oh, we got Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight, yeah. So it looks like this is cross-brand for the World Championship, and Drew beats LA Knight. Backstage segment, Cody cuts an American Nightmare address. With Seth down and Roman gone, we need leaders to show up. Hint, he'll represent SmackDown in the Eliminator next week. He's the champion. Women's match, Stephanie Fakir defeats Tiffany Stratton in a non-title match. Kiana James costs Stratton again, and a slow heel turn begins. So that, I don't see that happening. The Usos defeat the MFTs via disqualification after Solo interferes. Post-match, the Wyatts 6 blackout, lights return. Bo Dallas's group is standing in the ring. The fans are chanting "Holy S." Internet, huge hold up. So that was the main event. So wow, now a lot happened on SmackDown. I don't see the women's thing. Now it's important to note this, that not everything has to be perfect. Don't forget. Triple H can just literally say, I like that, not this, change these two things. Don't make it Tiffany versus Stephanie Fakir, make it Tiffany versus Julia. Boom, it's fixed. So don't just instantly discredit ChatGPT for getting a couple things confused, because he could easily fix it. So now we're at Raw week 2. The opening segment is Adam Pearce announces CM Punk versus the Eliminator winner at Saturday's main event. Cody enters. I want in, and I'll carry this company until Seth's back. So I guess, what does Cody want to be a double champion? Are we gonna unite the belts? Cody enters. I want in. Heyman protests, inserts Braun Breaker as SmackDown's pick. So he's it's getting a little confused here. Pierce books Cody versus Braun Breaker tonight. Then we go Gunther versus AJ Styles. Fan cheers. Respect handshake. Respect. Advances to face. Goes Gunther versus Drew. Then we have Becky versus AJ contract signing. Breaks down into a brawl. Security separates them. Yeah, that's finally women getting a heated promo time online. That's what it says. Lyra Valkyrie and Bayley defeat Raquel Rodriguez and Perez. This is, I could see that happening because they just love to book that. And then we have Cody Rhodes defeating Braun Breaker via DQ when Reed interferes. Cody fights them off. Heyman furious. Show closes with Cody shouting, "I'll finish this at Saturday night's main event." I mean, it could be Drew McIntyre interferes instead, honestly. Week 2, choose your warrior. Solo Sikoa demands bloodline unity. Jimmy refuses. Solo, then you're out. This is definitely getting things mixed up. Bo Dallas on screen. Family is fragile, Solo. So maybe it's a recap. Maybe, see, again, you could just instantly change it. Recap it to the night after WrestleMania 40. And then, you show that, and then Bo Dallas comes, family is fragile. Wyatt 6T's a match. We have Gunther versus Drew. Double countout after brutal table spot. Pierce declares both advance. Saturday night's main event will be CM Punk versus Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Triple threat for vacant title. Oh my gosh. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that, chat GPT. But then mid-show, LA Knight cuts a fiery promo after they crown a champion. I'm next. Yeah. So it looks like all the brands are crossing here. Women's match. This is SmackDown, mind you. Rhea and Iyo defeat the Kabuki Warriors. Iyo pins Asuka. Main event. Solo and Tama Tonga defeat the Usos after Heyman chair assist. Solo stands over his brothers holding the tag titles. They don't have the tag titles. Cliffhanger. Bo Dallas laughing on screen. See you Saturday. So what we could do right there is earlier in the night, maybe they steal the titles. Or they just don't have the titles. Now we have the main event, where we're at Saturday's main event, the World Championship. CM Punk versus Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Who rules the new era? CM Punk wins after pinning Drew, while Gunther is distracted by Brock Lesnar's return tease on screen. So maybe like his music hits. Gunther versus Lesnar would be a match I'd be interested in seeing. And I could see them pinning Drew, honestly. Cody versus Braun Breaker. And we say this for the championship. See, what I would say, we should switch this. And this is again what Triple H could do. Instead of Drew, make it Braun Breaker. So it's a CM Punk versus Braun Breaker versus Gunther matchup. And then it's Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre matchup. And it was they had a double count out. It was Drew and Cody that had the double count out or something. But Cody versus Drew McIntyre here. Heroic Cody overcomes the numbers. Crossroads through a table. Becky versus AJ. AJ wins via roll-up after Seth Rollins' music fake-out. Sets up a match. I would probably say it's not a Seth Rollins music fake-out, but probably a CM Punk music fake-out. Then we got Rhea and Iyo versus the Kabuki Warriors again. I don't know why we would book that twice. And then we got the Bloodline, Solo and Tama Tonga versus the Wyatts. We should probably, instead of make it Solo and Tama, just make it Tonga Loa and Tama. So, okay. That's your Saturday night's main event. Okay, so there you go. That's ChatGPT's booking. What did you think of our 2-week booking with ChatGPT all the way to Saturday night's main event? It definitely has a grasp on Triple H. I'll tell you that much, on his booking style. It wasn't perfect by no means, but you could instantly change things up to make it fit. Like how it had Rhea and Iyo and the Kabuki Warriors 2 times in a row, and one of the matches was on SmackDown. Okay, just take that out, replace it with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green and Elbow Fire. It's like, I could see Triple H getting enough of what he needed in order to just phone it in, basically. So, hopefully ChatGPT will do what the fans want, I guess. I just don't want it. I don't want it, but here it is. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Forget my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on this whole process, what you think, and yeah, I'll see you for Monday Night Raw. Have a good night, day, whatever it is. Bye.